Shalom.
First and foremost, we give all praises, all glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who are well. Peace and salutations to all you Akim out there preaching this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. With truth and sincerity in your hearts for the love of the gospel. All right, this is Great Millstone Branch of Gary, Indiana. Coming with another lesson, man. This lesson is going to be based off the current events that just unfolded as of today. And the current events is with all these riots and protesters about they was protesting ICE in Cali, then it was protesting in Florida, and then you have certain people, citizens, throwing shit at the police, and police coming out on horseback and rubber bullets, man, beating, shooting at people, and beating asses. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have missiles being shot from Israel on Iran, the capital of Iran, and then Iran retaliated hours later, shooting missiles at the capital of Israel, man, Tel Aviv. You know, so this is a major, this could lead to major prophecy fulfillment, man. But this is the civil unrest part. It all goes hand in hand. You know, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Woe means destruction, man. Destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, this is the current world we're living in now. Go ahead.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
And that's the civil unrest, man. And it's not just gonna happen on American soil. It's gonna happen everywhere, man. They want to collapse the whole system everywhere. They want to collapse everything, so then they can start it back against the whole purpose of the NWO, man, the New World Order. They want to collapse everything, so they can be the only ones in power when they on the rise again. You know, be the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Come on.
You know, it said what? It says, "What's the sword and the destruction draws nigh," which is what? The nuclear missiles, man. Ultimately, the sword and destruction draws nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands.
I got civil unrest for you in the chat GPT. We wait for the brother to get back.
Heavy, bro.
Yeah, this is civil unrest in the chat GPT. It says civil unrest typically means a state of societal peace and stability where there are no widespread protests, riots, or uprising. But that's what you see.
Yeah.
It says public order is maintained with minimal disruption to daily life. Institutions function normally without being challenged by mass evil, civil disobedience. And this is what pretty much the brother talking about. This is what they setting up. You know, under their new world order system. This is what they want. In that totalitarianism type of government, to where you can't buck up against the government, man. What we seeing right now.
That's right.
You know,
they really have a God complex. They want their kingdom to be just like Yahweh Shai's kingdom, but under wickedness, under their rule.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's not going to happen.
It says the government or ruling authority faces little or no active resistance from its population.
And that's why they set up they call it orchestrated chaos.
Yep.
They doing this purposely so they can justify them coming in with the sword. But what the beautiful part about it, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's going to implode. The Lord's going to He's going to disappoint the devices of the crafty.
Right.
Hey, don't get it twisted. Esau don't have no control of this shit. He think he do, but the Lord gonna show him, nigga. It's finna get out of hand for his ass.
Absolutely.
You know.
Precept. That Job 20, right?
Yeah.
Job 19.
Which one?
22. It says.
The king's heart.
No. What does it say? It says when he's about to fill his belly.
Oh yeah, just 20, I think. Huh? No.
It's 20. Matter of fact, 20 and 22, you can start. The point of 23. I can read it for you. It's Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every end of the wicked shall come up upon him.
The fullness of his sufficiency, he should be in straits. He'll be in positions of difficulty right when he's about to fulfill everything he planned to fulfill. He's going to be in positions of difficulties. The hand of the wicked shall come upon, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So everybody Confederacy, everybody that you made a deal with is going to come against you, you know?
It says, when he's about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
And when he's about to fill his belly, his all right, and then when he's about to fulfill all of that insufficiency, right? The Lord is going to smack the plate out of his hand. That what you say? So you've been waiting on this food all this time, and you've been starving. You finally get the plate. You know, like, oh man, I'm about to fill my belly. First bite, motherfucker, chain slapped on your hand.
And that's going to be them disappointed. The Lord disappointed, like the brother.
I got that for you real quick. I'm going to get that.
I got a quick one right quick. This is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
21:1?
Yeah, 21:1. Yeah.
That's exactly what we're saying, man. We're saying the same thing, the same exact thing that the Lord did to the Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Absolutely. He's doing to Edom, king of Babylon, man. You know?
I got that precept. This is Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You know, and the brothers, Baba Kushah, if y'all made one, y'all get up the word for enterprise. Because, that's what the Lord's doing it. You know, that's what is NWO, is his enterprise. That's what they want to get established on the earth. And the Lord disappointed because why? They divided. Don't get it twisted, bro. Esau is through. Yeah. These devils, man, they may talk a good game, but these devils behind closed doors are panicking and shitting on themselves, man. That's why they see the prophecy. They see the prophets out there. And who knows what the Lord's showing they ass that we don't even know about. Dreams, visions.
Dreams that the Negroes were our slave masters, our taskmasters.
Because Elder Yasharon posed a good question. He said, if the devil know how he got help but a short time, how do he know that?
Right, exactly.
The Lord had to show this nigga that he has but a short time that we don't even know about. And it been proven through their supercomputers, through them tapping into CERN. They've been coming. They've been motherfucking people, through the spirit realm, showing them nigga it's over with, nigga.
Through their witchcraft. Yeah, you know that's what they through their soothsayers and their monthly prognosticators. You know. And their sorcerers, man. Hey, I'm sure that they are saying, just like if we when we tap in and Chat GPT, and we ask Chat GPT, hey, what's going to happen? It's the third world war coming. Hey, then it's telling you the truth. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth that this devil is getting. You know what I'm saying? When you know what I'm saying? He's mad as it. That's why the scriptures say he's weary in the multitude of his counsel.
Like when we read the scriptures, man, he got people telling him like, is they right?
Right, exactly.
Well, can't find out they're 85% accurate. Yeah. And then like that last 15%, they're trying to put all their hopes in that last 15%. We're 100% accurate, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why the scriptures say that inward heart is deep.
It's deep.
You know what I'm saying? They really sit in them think tanks, and they really meditate on terror, on how they gonna, come up with this enterprise. And then when they find out through their monthly prognosticators that it ain't gonna work, guess what? That's why the scriptures say the devil coming down with great wrath, man. Why? Because he knows that he have a short time. He know that he got a short time to fulfill this enterprise. I got that word enterprise for you too.
You got it, bro.
You got something?
Also, like there's been more people rebelling against him. You know what I'm saying? Because people are waking up as well. You know what I'm saying? And because he used to have it a certain way when he was in the strength of his power. Okay, but now he realizes things aren't the way it used to be.
And Lord, like you said, what it said, Proverbs, that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So the Lord's swaying this devil's mind, so he can keep having influence and keep believing in a lie. And because he knows, you see them cherry sighting, man. He lie and say, I got a UFO in the Air 51. No, you don't, bro. You fucking don't. Ain't no UFO in the Air 51. You can't fathom how to keep up with the speed of UFO, let alone capture one.
Capture
the fuck out of here.
We shot one down, buddy. Yeah, we did.
That's why he's coming down with his wrath, because he's gonna have to force people back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Let me get this for you right here, because you just said that. It's Proverbs 21:2, verse 2. It says, "People may be right in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their heart."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You may be writing your own eyes, but the Lord examine your heart, man. And he examine your mind.
Absolutely.
And he examined the mind of Esau, but he still want them to put up. He still want them to continue what they're doing. You know, because he want to put you up a fight, and he wants you to fight against him. So he put you in chains. You know?
I got some more of that.
I got the word enterprise fight.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, enterprise is an undertaking. It says undertaking to take in hand. To catch up. It's to seize. Go ahead.
As I made, he undertaking what? Humanity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wants. He wants to be the Most High.
That's right.
He wants to undertake the Heavenly Father's seat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm God, nigga.
I'm God. A God complex, man.
Yeah.
And he sit in the seat of God, saying that I am God.
You know.
Yeah.
And shall cast me down.
And also that undertaking is that NWO, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he's trying to get the whole earth under one, you know what I'm saying, one world government. That's his undertaking. Because you remember when Aaron Russo was talking to having that little interview?
Jacob Rockefeller.
Yeah. He was talking about Jacob. He said, "Man, you got all the money in the world, man. What else do you want?" He said, "Total control."
Total control.
You know, that's the only thing that comes after having anything your heart's desire, man.
Part of having total control, he wants immortality.
Absolutely, yeah.
Immortality, man.
Yeah, it's a part of this enterprise, man. AI, you know, all that is a part of the infrastructure. AI infrastructure that he's trying to set up.
Man/machine.
Absolutely, man.
The lust that this devil have is not common to the everyday, you average citizen lust. A nigga make lust at the fleshly shit like a nut, money, food. You know, this devil, he lusts for power.
Yeah, power, yeah.
That's a whole, which means motherfucker lust for power is willing to do far beyond.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck you can't even fathom, you know, as Jacob lustful, like, I just want some money.
Mm-hmm.
Some more cooch.
Jacob was a plain man.
Yeah.
Elegant. Like, he don't really, his heart ain't deep like that.
Yeah.
He want to be comfortable. Jacob, still intense, man.
Yeah.
But he trying to be comfortable.
Esau lust is on a desire.
Desire, yeah. Strong.
Remember covetousness.
Really, Esau desires to be wicked. He wants everybody, and one thing about wickedness is that you want everybody around you to be wicked.
Absolutely.
You want everybody around you doing righteousness.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Hey, man, kill us, man.
Yeah, you stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
You say, man, he that one of departed from evil, he maketh himself. Yeah, he make himself a prey. He's like a sore thumb. You know, in this society, we stand out like a sore thumb.
So their feet are swift to shed innocent blood.
Absolutely.
You know?
When you're a God, what is it that you don't own?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what they want.
Exactly.
You know, they want everything.
Yeah.
They want what belongs to the Lord.
Yeah, come.
Right.
I got Job 5:13.
There you go. I'm ready.
You
It said,
read 12 again?
I read 12 again. It says, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. What's that word, headlong? Yeah.
No, go ahead. More.
It says they meet with darkness in the daytime.
In the NLT?
You got that?
This Job 5:13 in the NLT. It says he traps the wise in their own cleverness.
That's right.
So they're
and the wise of this world. Mm-hmm. The so-called wise men, like you said, the ones that know the soothsayers. Yeah. You got the ones that's supposed to be like the witchcraft.
Yeah,
you know,
high level. Spiritual wickedness, high place.
The elites.
Exactly. It says Job 5:13 in the NLT. It says he traps the wise in their own cleverness, so their cunning schemes are thwarted.
Thwarted, yeah, the Lord.
You know, thwarted, man. Yep. You know, the Lord gonna throw down. You know, this enterprise, man.
That's right.
It's not gonna prosper. Yeah, that's thinking the same thing, bro.
You wanna get it
down with that?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as the spirit, bro.
Thou
art weary in the multitude. Yeah, 10.
47:10.
I'm deaf. I can read it. You got that? Okay.
So Isaiah 47.
Matter of fact, can you
start at verse
9?
Yeah. Start at verse 9.
I'm there.
I don't think the same thing.
Yeah.
Start at 8.
Yeah, start at 8.
Yeah. Isaiah 47 verse 8. It says, therefore, hear now this, all right, that thou art given to pleasures that dwell carelessly, that say in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
I'm proud, man. I'm not gonna do that shit, man. Ain't nobody gonna make me. Yeah, all right, we'll see.
America never gonna be taken down. We got the mightiest military.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, America's at ease, and the American people. You know, the American people don't think that these times are coming, man. You know, these difficult times are coming, man. Hey, but this devil, is putting a squeeze on the American people, man. Not only the American people, but the people in the world, everybody's feeling it, man. The whole earth is feeling it.
Hey, why the scripture say it? Because victuals shall be so good cheap. They should think that. Yeah. They think they good because why? You can still go to your McDonald's, you still go to your Wendy's.
Although gas is high, but people still working their jobs, they can afford all their bills. And you can afford luxuries, man. You can smoke your blunt, go buy your liquor. Still be comfortable.
Yeah.
Get some ass. And for these women, they still on top. You know, they still over the men. So they ain't finna ask no questions.
That's it.
That's what's gonna be a thief on their ass when they hit. It's like I got it.
It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Yeah.
The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Absolutely.
That's mighty, bro.
The great abundance of their enchantments. They put all their faith into these enchantments, man. They think that these demons is gonna give them the power. Like Egypt. Just like Egypt, man. When they cast the staff down, and Moses cast his staff down, they had practice in witchcraft. That's why the Lord said, I shall come to disappoint these idols, man. These idols, I shall disappoint the idols of Babylon. You know?
And it's crazy. The Lord, this devil, he the proudest of all the heathens. Because why? He's doing with the idol that the heathens never able to do. He's making the idol come to life in a sense, which is still lifeless, but where people can interact with. People can interact with the idol. Because back then the idol was dumb. You come.
It's a wood, not an idol. AI. Well, not even an idol is yourself.
Yeah.
An idol is your own belly.
Yep.
An idol was this rapper he set up.
Yep.
This actor he said. Now people were inspiring to be this rapper. But the whole time behind closed doors, man, he ain't worked to get what he had. He just got poked.
They got poked and they used that nigga. Poked and stroked and Pinocchio. And Pinocchio.
Actually, they got a.
Hell no.
I don't know. There was this possessed doll that has been cases on, paranormal cases of this doll being possessed by spirits, man, and somebody, there was a couple that was living, and they was actually treating it as if it was a real person.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was probably because some hexes and shit. That should be real. That voodoo, that fucking instruments and cruelty, that should be fucking real. So but these people be putting their all into like that's their god. Really, the demon works for the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, they was treating it like a real person, like it was their child. You know what I mean? It had a bed for it and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? And that's the idea of America.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? America is likened until I heard I forget the Muslim. Even though we don't support any type of Muslim, but the dude that be on them YouTube shorts. I forget his name.
The bald dude.
He was saying America is like a pretty much a mass murderous, like a mass murderous mother. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? To where, the way she look at her son, she don't look at her son as if like he's a murderer. She look at it as if this is her son.
Yeah.
He said like he can do no wrong. You see what I'm saying? Hey, this is her dear son, and that's how the American people look at America.
Right.
And they disallow and disregard, all the wickedness that's been done amongst starting with us. You see what I'm saying? And with the earth. You see what I'm saying? So that's how the American people view America. You see what I'm saying? Yep. And really, this is really America is what you call that? What was
really Esau? Really Esau,
a serial killer. Yeah,
because who controls America? The Edomite.
Right. Exactly.
So really, America look at the Edomite. He can never do no wrong. That's why Jake come up and buck up against the Israelites because they look at Jake like, oh man, Esau. Why can't Esau can't make it?
Right. Exactly.
Meanwhile, this nigga is a murderous, demonic. He's Dennis the Menace.
Did you know what that Isaiah? we all know John 8:44. You have your father the devil.
Yeah,
That's why they bleach their skin. That's why they get blonde hair. They alter their body because they just act just like Esau, man.
Absolutely.
And the deeds of your father you will do.
That's
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
He was a murderer,
From the beginning.
Yeah.
a sodomite.
Not the truth, but
Yeah.
the truth, there was no light. There was no truth in him.
Absolutely.
People altering their body, doing what they want to do, never following the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 47 verse 10.
God.
It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
Yep.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and
See,
none else beside me."
that's why Babylon is known as under the Chaldeans, because they go and do their wickedness behind closed doors, and they say, "What? Who seeth us? Who knoweth us?" You know, but the Lord sees you. The Lord knows you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you go into Chaldeans, it goes into that was like the wisest.
Yeah, it was the elites of Babylon.
Right.
The witches and warlocks.
The
Absolutely.
elites of Babylon.
Absolutely,
They were
man.
so-called the soothsayers.
Con.
They were looked at as like the Illuminati of this world.
And in that time.
In that time.
They were the serpents.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because they consider themselves to be the wise, and that's America, man.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, Assyria, the Chaldeans were Assyrians, but Syria was Syria, right? My anger. So now it's transferred. The power was just transferred to Esau.
Absolutely.
Still the same people though.
Yep.
Because before that was the Egyptians.
Yeah, con.
So it'd be your elites. It'd be the likes of Klaus Schwab, which he on the lower totem pole, but they,
Remember that World Economic Forum?
Yeah.
They, the witch with the smoke came
Yeah.
out, and they were just sitting there just like looking stupid. Like, bitch, they getting bold with this shit, but hey, it ain't gonna work. Because why? It said what? It said, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, man. None seeth us, and no one seeth us, and none knoweth us." Man, the Lord see everything. The scripture says the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
And the good. Con.
Well,
So verse 11, it says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know."
Man, the Lord gonna creep up on their ass, man, with all this destruction, man. You know? And the Lord said, hey, he's gonna be in the midst of these destructions, man. You know?
creep with me.
Creep, right? And you're not gonna be able to put off. You're not gonna be able to buy nobody off this time, man, with your money, man. The scriptures say that, man. Riches will not profit in the day of wrath.
follow the scripture.
God,
Turn to
Verse 2. There's some more. No, sorry, there's some more on that.
Yeah, so verse 12, it says, "Stand out with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries."
Ooh, so hey, when all that trust you're putting into these demons, man, it's the same thing over and over again. It's like judges. Hey man, all those guys you was crying to, let them deliver you in the time of your affliction. Call it to them guys, man, and let's see how you fare.
Ooh, the Lord cold.
Cold, bro.
"Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth."
Yeah, you trusted in them from your youth, man. So go on. Hey, trust in them, right? Finish it on out. Straight up.
And that's what they gonna do.
It's like the Lord calling out your army, like, nigga, your army ain't shit compared to me, nigga.
God,
The
absolutely.
Lord is commanding them to do it.
In fact, your army works for me, nigga.
Go ahead and do it. See what happens.
Hey, the Lord, we talking about that earlier. The Lord infiltrated your army, nigga. Fuck you thought, nigga. Who think Satan worked for?
God.
Right. And it says, "If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou made to prevail."
And your dumb ass think you can control the Lord's creation. And part of the Lord's creation is his angels. The Lord created angels. Nigga, if he control it, Satan gonna work for him, the one who controlled it, who created him. Nigga, I created Satan, nigga.
Yep.
This motherfucking angel, nigga. Fuck
They
you.
gonna turn on the Lord.
Yeah.
It says, "Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels." All right, so they say they're wearied in the multitude of their counsels. All right, hey, you did all this wickedness so that things would be better for you, but it's not so anymore.
It's over for you, ho.
Yeah. Weary goes into exhausted. They're exhausting themselves themselves. You know what I'm saying? Into thinking that they gonna fulfill this enterprise what we brought out in Job, man. Through their sorcery, but they're not gonna prevail.
It says, let now the astrologers, the stargazers, let now the astrologers and the stargazers and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Hey, it's just gonna be what was that nation? When they got cast down, they started throwing their idols in the street. They started throwing their idols in the street. This was not too long ago. I forget what it was. But
I think that was India.
Yeah, I think it was India. Yeah, I think it was India. They started to throw their idols all in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Shiva.
Yeah.
Shiva is not working for us.
See what you told me? My God was making. My God was dead.
Right.
Curry man was losing.
They gave up on all their idols and
Absolutely.
gods that they worship because they wasn't following. I mean, they wasn't helping them out.
They weren't producing. Yeah. They had to save their idols instead of the idols. And that God saving them, man.
So it says that your astrologers, that'd be like your modern day tech guys. Let's see if Bill Gates, who else? Elon stinking ass.
Think about it.
A lot of times they can tell. They say they can tell the future, like horoscopes.
Right.
Yeah.
By looking at the constellations and shit. So it was like those people, horoscopes that these bitches read.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Gates said that in 2020, in 2036, we'll have flying cars. Bitch,
Fuck out here. What's the other nigga? Neil
deGrasse.
Yeah. J-Cat. Well, he might be a tear. Who knows?
I mean, these people be literally praying to their gods like every other hour or so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They realized these guys wasn't doing shit for them.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Because they're not the true God, man.
That's right.
They're not Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. I got a quick precept.
Okay.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 11. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation. It says because
what?
14 and 11. It's like I read
14 and 11.
okay. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 11. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
Because you gotta think the modern day idol now is artificial intelligence. AI. AI is the idol.
Yeah.
The idol that was dumb, like I said earlier, that was dumb, lame, and couldn't walk, talk, or see. Now you can interact with the idol. You can fuck the idol.
Oh yeah, they Ammon and Moab, boy, they coming out with them motherfucking bots, boy.
Yeah, sex robots, man.
Hey, they got it where you can have one in your house.
Yeah. It's helping you and serve you. Yeah.
They showed that movie with
Bicentennial Man?
no, it's the one with what's the fucking, they said she a trainee.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, I seen that movie.
Oh yeah.
She had a thing for her owner.
Yeah.
How did you bypass the code?
Yeah.
She bypassed her own fucking code trying to sleep with her master or whatever.
Yeah. And the other dude that she killed, he was fucking the other bot.
Just some bot fucker.
Yeah, so they show you now you can pop the bot.
You can pop the bot.
They had I don't know. They had where people can buy blow-up dolls and
yeah, that too.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Back in the day when now them blow-up dolls can talk back to you.
Hey, remember them?
and the blow-up doll got a private part for you to use.
Yeah.
Hey, if I may remember Demolition Man when he you wanna sing with he was with what's her name? Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
What's the fucking name? Sylvester Stallone, and she like, we're gonna have sex. And he put the thing on her head like, what the fuck is this? It's like a machine that's really pretty much, stimulating them. That's that's the shit we do. Hey, this is the times we in, bro.
This world is polluted with wickedness.
It's freaky as hell.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 11. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men.
Ooh, stumbling blocks for the souls of men, yep.
Yeah, it says, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. It says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. and the invention of them. It says the corruption of life.
Correct.
You know.
That's it, man.
So yeah, man. You know, hey, this is since the beginning of time, man. You know, so what the brother was mentioning, man. Hey, the idols back in the ancient times couldn't speak, walk, talk. You know what I'm saying? But now through their artificial intelligence, they're able to, make those things happen, man. Although it's still, it still has no life in it. Mm-hmm. You know, on the outer appearance, it may, they can make it seem like it do, man. You know. But this is what they trust in, man.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's the whole purpose of wickedness.
Exactly.
It's all illusions, man. Smoke and mirrors.
Hey.
Only what magicians ain't nothing but sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just optical illusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of them.
He can read some more of that shit, though.
Yeah. The high level ones are in the occult.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Truly summoning demons.
Because when the brother read on, it's gonna let you know the behavior that's gonna come with worshiping these idols, and we're seeing that effect on the earth right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got
it says verse 13 was Muslim in 14 and 13. Verse 13. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. And the Lord
they never existed.
Yeah, it never existed.
It was fashioned by the hands of man.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the scripture saying in Jeremiah, man, the gods of the nations are no gods. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrasing. They can't do nothing for you, man.
That's right.
The Lord did not create none of this, man. Mm-hmm. Like the brothers just said, man, it's all made by the hands of men. All right? It says, for neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. They know they're not going to succeed that immortality. They're not going to be lived. They're not going to be able to, be immortal through this AI, artificial intelligence, man. Which is what they're trying to do through the transhumanism, you know what I'm saying, and the biohumanism, they're not going to do it. It says, you want me to continue on?
No, you get it, bro.
It says, for by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. That's what we read.
That's right.
Hey, the technology, man, the vainglory of man, because really Esau, he looked at technology. Although we know Jake had a lot to do with inventing this shit. Jake look at it, to help humanity, but Esau look at how can I control humanity?
Yeah.
And that's what everything he creates. He look at it, and Jake may create it for the good. Like we can make this better. Yeah. Esau look at how can I fucking use to control people?
Yeah.
That's what the scripture said.
That's that witchcraft, that mind control, man. He used social media. He used celebrities. He used influence
as a weapon,
public figure, babies, food. He that's his blessing. His blessing is to weaponize everything, turn everything to a sword, even things that was made for righteousness, man. But he has to go, man. Shortly to an end.
Nigga turn something simple as toilet tissue into a weapon.
Yeah. Weapon, bro.
You wipe your ass with it, nigga lace that shit with some chemicals on, like a little thin layer of chemical on it.
Yeah.
Nigga, you add, nigga, you colon cancer.
Yeah. The brother just went to
lies about.
What was that?
Lies about everything on the news.
Yep. Aquafication. I think he said the brother Osh. He said they liquefy human bodies.
Yeah.
And pour it into the water filtration system. So you're taking showers and drink a tap. I don't fuck with tap water anyway, but you can't escape it. You're taking showers and bathing with it.
You can't escape it at all.
You can't escape nothing, bro, because you cook with it. Yeah. Wash your dishes with it. So these niggas weaponize everything, man. You got to go, bro.
They rule with lies and cover-ups.
You wash your ass with dead people sauce.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Soylent Green is people.
Oh, bro, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
McDonald's.
Soylent Green is McDonald's. Oh
man, bro.
Is this it?
Yeah, this should be it. Not unless you want to do
that. What's the have more than Isaiah?
That was pretty much it.
I got like 2% left.
Okay, the point was made, man. That Babylon going down, his idols was going down with it, man. Hey, with that, with all praises, all glory, honor to you.
Yeah, I want by Hashem,
and Lord, this lesson was edifying through the spirit of power. Till next time, shalom.
Shalom.
Bye.
Kum Yasharala. Die, Esau.